They can control Jay-Z and Beyonce,
But not you, man.
but they can't control me.
The Beyonce and Jay-Z rumors go in and out of trends every few years, but this time, Kanye's tell-it-all is putting Hollywood's most powerful couple on blast. From the Illuminati to the ill treatment of their staff, Beyonce and Jay-Z's marriage is surrounded by an endless stream of conspiracies and theories. And lately, it looks like the most iconic couple in the entertainment world might also be the most evil couple in Hollywood, an affinity for younger girls. Before we get into the more recent details of the messy gist surrounding Jay and Bey, we have to acknowledge the fact that the rumors have a long history, and it's somehow associated with Jay-Z dating way, way, way below his age bracket. Long before Jay and Bey were hip-hop's king and queen, Jay-Z had been making tabloid headlines for hanging out with rising musician and actress Aaliyah, who was 9 years younger than him. Many have said that Aaliyah was poised to be the next queen of R&B, as she was already called the princess of the genre, despite her young age. However, her career and life were cut off right at the peak when she died in a tragic plane crash on her way back from a music video shoot. Now, if you're wondering what this has to do with Beyonce, sit tight, because it's a roller coaster of connections.
Were you nervous?
Very nervous, but I'm real happy. It's something I've wanted for a long time, so to finally make that transition, it's great.
Jay-Z and Aaliyah had been linked in the late 90s because Aaliyah had been introduced to Jay-Z for professional collaboration purposes, and they were supposedly good friends despite their age difference. Let's not forget that Jay-Z and Beyonce were also claiming to be friends for a very long time before news hit that not only were they dating, they were engaged. So this definitely shows that Jay could have been involved with Aaliyah more than either of them let on, which ties back to some drama involving Damon Dash and, wait for it, R. Kelly. Yeah, and we all know that if R. Kelly's involved, there's some messy business going on. As one Twitter user noticed, I think it's weird with all the R. Kelly stuff happening that no one brings up how Jay-Z and Kelly literally were in a love triangle with Aaliyah, a child. And when Jay couldn't get with her, he started dating a freshly adult Beyonce. Started talking when she was 18, dating at 19. Anyway, the more chaotic, evil part of these relationship dynamics comes from the fact that Jay-Z was on the cusp of a very influential career, and so were Beyonce and Aaliyah, who were on two different paths, but still similar. And legend has it that after Aaliyah decided against pursuing a romantic relationship with Jay, he focused fully on making Beyonce his queen, and not just for music. Like one Twitter user said, they sacrificed Aaliyah, queen of R&B in the Caribbean, for Beyonce, but we know Carrie Hilson sounds better than her, hence they called her for their queen. Wondering who they are? Triangles, diamonds, and the Illuminati mess. Somewhere between Aaliyah's tragic death and the sky-high rise of Beyonce's career, some sinister truths came to light. At the heart of it all was the never-ending conspiracy theory that Jay-Z belongs to the Illuminati, and they had made him the top icon over Tupac. And of course, every king needs a queen, so Aaliyah got the boot and Beyonce became the literal queen bee. But the Illuminati just doesn't end there. Over the past several decades, conspiracy theorists and fans have come up with one too many theories about Jay-Z and Beyonce's connection to the dark underworld of the Illuminati. And one common thing in these theories is the use of symbols. Jay-Z is known for constantly throwing his hands up to form a triangle or a diamond, which is supposed to be a significant representation of his music label, but some aren't ready to believe this at all. According to a number of theories that gained popularity in the early 2000s, the triangle is a depiction of membership to the Illuminati, and Jay-Z's constant use of it was a constant identification of his role in the occult group. While it sounds super fanatical now to think that Beyonce and Jay-Z's use of symbols are in affiliation to something evil, there were a lot of people who strongly believed it then, and a lot more who still believe it now. One person said, Jay-Z's Rockefeller record label is named after the Rockefeller family, part of the satanic globalist elite cult, the Illuminati. Someone else wrote, Jay-Z was a relative nobody until he started up with his diamond hand symbol. When it comes to Beyonce's part in being the second half of Hollywood's most evil couple, she's mostly under fire for using religious, spiritual symbols to depict other things in her music videos and performances. Reacting to Beyonce's 2017 Grammy performance, someone said, this was creepy and weird. Beyonce, she's not the Virgin Mary or a goddess. Most ridiculous, blatant display of Illuminati symbolism, bar none. And people have also connected her fame to the timeline of when she got together with Jay-Z, which also coincides with the timeline of Aaliyah's death. One person wrote, when Beyonce was a hip-hop jump-off in her early days, nobody spoke about her. Jay cuffed her. Now she a goddess. Hashtag Illuminati. And these are only a glimpse at how far the belief in this Illuminati theory really goes. In fact, it's so common and widespread that Beyonce herself had to address it in the only way she addresses things related to her personal life, through music.
haters corny with that Illuminati mess.
But it wasn't enough to get people to stop talking about the chaotic events surrounding the couple, especially when one of the Knowles Carter family's oldest friends came out to speak against them. Ghosting on friends. Recently, Beyonce and Jay-Z got name-dropped in Kanye West's series of rants against the entertainment industry in Hollywood. Kanye West made some very loud and bold accusations about Beyonce and Jay-Z, and it relates to how they're somewhat heavily involved in the Illuminati occult. While this doesn't seem like a new gist, Kanye also alleged that the couple had performed human sacrifices, and that just brings a quick reminder of Aaliyah's suspicious death to mind. But what could have happened between Kanye and the rapper who has consistently called him his brother?
I hate Kanye the other day, just tell him that he's my brother. I love Kanye.
Well, it all started back in 2014 when Jay-Z and Beyonce didn't attend Kanye's wedding to Kim Kardashian.
I gotta say, I was hurt about them not coming to the wedding. I understand they was going through some things, but if it's family, you're not gonna miss a wedding.
And Kanye was truly and deeply hurt by it. While the true reason for their absence may never be revealed, rumor has it that they avoided the event because Becky with the good hair, aka Rachel Roy, was in attendance. In case you're not familiar with this drama, Rachel Roy was allegedly the side piece who had caused the rift between Beyonce and Jay-Z, which also led to that infamous elevator fight, where Solange attacked Jay-Z and Beyonce did nothing but stand by and watch. Okay, back to Kanye's wedding. Jay-Z had been Kanye's choice for best man, and his absence was obviously felt, creating the first signs of a rift. And although everything else may be hearsay, missing the wedding of someone you sang about running this town with sounds pretty unforgivable in our books. But it didn't end there for Jay-Z and Beyonce. The hip-hop icon and his queen apparently ghosted Kanye completely after the wedding. And Kanye couldn't keep it to himself as he went on a rant during the Seattle stop of his St. Pablo tour in 2016. Kanye basically called out Jay for not visiting him and Kim after her Paris robbery.
Call me after the robbery, you say how you feeling. You want to know how I'm feeling? Come by the house. Bring the kids by the house, like your brothers. Let's sit down.
He ranted to the crowd. I can't take shit, bro. Our kids have never even played together. And when Jay-Z didn't make a move to reconcile despite Kanye's public call-out, Kanye went on another rant in November 2016. At the Sacramento leg of his tour, Kanye addressed Jay, saying, "Jay-Z, call me, bruh. You still ain't call me. Jay-Z, call me. Jay-Z, I know you got killers. Please don't send them at my head. Just call me. Talk to me like a man." Killers? Well, here's when things got interesting. A few days after the show, Kanye was hospitalized for exhaustion and sleep deprivation. But a recent video by the rapper is making us question if the hospitalization was with good intentions or not. While Kanye and Jay-Z may seem to be on good, or at least lukewarm terms right now, it didn't stop Kanye from name-dropping Beyonce and Jay-Z while talking to a reporter about how he was distancing himself from those trying to control him.
They can't control me. You get what I'm saying?
In the same video, Kanye brings up an interesting piece of information concerning Harley Pasternak, a celebrity personal trainer who the rapper believes to be an intelligence officer affiliated with the dark influencers of the entertainment industry who are trying to silence him. During his interview conversation in the now viral video, Kanye, in not so many words, claimed that there were certain people controlling the entertainment industry, and he couldn't be controlled by them because he hasn't killed anyone. And then he went ahead to list the people who could be controlled, which pretty much sums up that he's hinting that these people have taken a life before, and among those names were Beyonce and Jay-Z. As expected, the internet was split between those who believed Kanye and those who didn't. But in this video, he had some convincing evidence, and the evidence goes by the name Harley Pasternak. Harley is such a high-profile trainer that Bey and Jay hired him to help them design their home gym, and that definitely set up their foundation with him as well as his connection to Kanye. Now, while talking about Beyonce and Jay being controlled, Kanye brings up the fact that he had gotten a threatening text message from Harley. The text basically read, "I'm gonna help you one of a couple ways. First, you and I sit down and have a loving and open conversation, but you don't use cuss words, and everything that is discussed is based in fact, and not some crazy stuff that dumb friend of yours told you or you saw in a tweet. Second option, I have you institutionalized again, where they medicate the crap out of you and you go back to Zombieland forever. Playdate with the kids just won't be the same. And that just brings up so many questions. First of all, how does a trainer get so much authority and influence that he can talk to a global star in this manner? And secondly, but most importantly, what did he mean by again? Well, Kanye's answered that in tweets and videos as he talked about the fact that he has never had mental health issues that required him to be on meds or be institutionalized.
And they wanted to medicate me every day. You realize, like, they could have just switched to medication and I wouldn't be here.
But for some reason, this is the news that keeps coming up after each of his rants.
And on the news, they would have said it was because of a mental issue, right?
Yeah.
I ain't never been back to the hospital since 2015, but every time they say I'm crazy, it's just when I'm saying the truth.
And it seems that his fear of Jay-Z sending them at his head may not be unfounded after all. While she may not have direct involvement, Beyonce's name keeps coming up in all this drama because she and Jay-Z have always presented a united front, so it's not far off to assume that she's had just as much of a part to play in the evil things happening to those around them as Jay does. So are they Illuminati or not? We may never know, but one thing is for sure, there are a lot of shadows hanging around Beyonce and Jay-Z's star power. Stay tuned for more juicy celebrity gist in the next video.